I feel like I haven't done this in a couple of days because I haven't. There's been nothing significant to report, but today I have something that I want to share. You see, we all have our Achilles heel. Actually, I don't even know the story of Achilles. There's something about his foot, and it's the source of power or something. I don't know. It's an expression, and it's just our faults. My faults are I hate to be told no. I can't be told no once I've made my mind up about something, especially when it's something that I know is within my power. So when I'm told no, I feel the need to make that no a yes, even at great cost to myself, even if it means I will inconvenience and set myself back. To be told I can't do something I don't want to do does not sit well with me. And it's like Marty McFly can't be called a chicken. You can't tell me that. So I will go above and beyond the Call of Duty to make it happen. Uh, Here's the story. Judge me for it if you like. I've done the math and I had narrowed down what could be the last time that I was able to do marijuana, to have my edibles before I could have to stop and let my body cleanse itself out so I could go back to work. I'm in that window now. So I went through the motions to order some edibles. I got my cushies because we love our cushies. And when ordering, the guy said, "Hey, your license to get Miracle Marijuana expired on September 29th. Would you like to renew?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." So he gave me a site where I could do it online fairly quickly. He said, "I don't know what the cost is, but if you do that, they'll send you a PDF and then you can do what you have to do." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I decided to do that. And note that before I even did that, I had budgeted about $60 so that we could get Cushy. And of course, to get the license cost $59. So it was a choice. I could either just not spend money and save it and be told no, or I could spend $60 to get the license and then spend another $60 to get what I wanted. And that's what I did. It it didn't necessarily set us back, but it certainly wasn't in the budget. And then I ordered a pizza, like I made it a whole thing. And part of me did that because again, it's a pet peeve of mine. You can't tell me no. And secondly, I like the reputation that I have built for myself that I make shit go. I make things happen even when they shouldn't. Even when the average person would say they can't, I manage to do it. And it's a reputation that is pretty well earned, I like to think. So I did it to keep up appearances, to maintain my reputation, to make sure that I wasn't told no again. And enjoyed myself yesterday quite a bit. Spent most of the day in bed with Asia. This sounds nasty. We were just playing video games and listening to music and giggling, and she played with my underarm hair. It there was nothing spectacular, you know. But I will say that the last couple of days have been eye opening. Um, if that's what we're doing, I mean, we're here. I'll do it until I'm done. Full disclosure. Uh, we had. I thought you threw that at me. It was just your head.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, it was
Um, in in early 2016, we had our very first experience with hallucinogens. We tried LSD, and I think the problem that we had with that was we did that with like a big brownie that was like 1,000 milligrams, and it was too much for me. And I decided that the experience was far too much, and it was something that I would not be interested in doing again. In fact, I've done a video talking about that in early 2016. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but I can never go back. Full disclosure, Kari figured out a way to not only get it, but get the good stuff, not like street stuff. Like, it was good stuff. So I did my research on it, and apparently LSD it's as harmless as marijuana if done correctly. Now, granted, if you took like 1,000 milligrams, like, it would open your brain up in such a way and paranoia would kick in and you would probably run around in traffic. So you have to do it responsibly. But, we were very cautious with what we did, and it tends to open us up. And we were able to talk about a great many things. My wife and I realized that there were barriers between us that we weren't necessarily talking about. But, with our minds a little more expanded, we were able to come to terms with that. And the other day, we did it again, and we found out, as I listen to a lot of things, I like to listen to debates, especially like religious debates. And she was pretty much just like, well, look, I agree with you, and I think our way of thinking is the correct way of thinking, but why are you listening to people just mock other people's religions? Like, Asia is big on personal truth. And she's like, well, personal truth should be personal truth. And, a person should be able to have that. And a person should be able to have a personal truth. But my father taught me to have a truth, but always question. If I surround myself with people who will never question anything that I do and will never point out what could be a flaw, I'll never grow. More importantly, I've now put myself in this bubble of information where the only thing I'm going to get are things that agree with me, and anything that contradicts what I think goes, oh, no, let's not even pay attention to that. And that's a real easy way to get complacent. So what I like to do every day, even if it's just a little, even if it's just once, I like to put a question mark at the end of what I believe, and then actively seek out information. Like, I listen to arguments that some people have, and Asia would like, well, you listen to this, and the hosts make them look stupid. It's like, no, the host isn't making them look stupid. The host pointed out a flaw in his argument, and his whole house of cards came tumbling down. So yeah, you look stupid. And that's the wrong kind of personal truth to have. So every day I question my personal truth. And when posed the same questions that a lot of these people, when they call it into these shows to defend their faith, when you ask me these questions, I can provide you independent verification outside of who I am that the things that I believe happen do happen. And as long as I hold a belief, I need to be willing to accept that I'm wrong. And every day I go out, not necessarily looking to be proven wrong, but if information that exists that could prove that I was wrong, I want to know what it is. But every day I go out and search, and every day I don't find anything. So I feel very confident in the truths that I have. And again, my beliefs don't fall to, you have to do this thing, you better do that thing, or some almighty something or other is gonna shake a finger at you from on high and tell you no, and there's eternal punishment for finite crimes. We're not told what we have to do. We're told to make decisions that are best for you, to not make decisions on fear, to accept the consequence of whatever action that you do, and you live with it. And that's what I do. I live with the consequences of my actions every day. And when presented with any argument, I want to be prepared to defend what I believe. So I listen to other people's arguments and I apply that to what I do. And maybe one day somebody will have something, but so far I haven't seen anything. So that's been a major issue that was holding Asia up. She was like, why are you just listening to these people mock other people's religions? And I knew that I was having a hard time explaining it. I knew I wasn't really getting it out the way I wanted to get it out. She just wasn't getting me, and I wasn't doing my position any justice. But the more she pressed it, the more we kind of came to an understanding. And, it's just another thing. It's so funny because we use words like clutter and say things are cluttering us up. There is no try, only do. And as close as Asia and I are, there were things just getting in the way. And I like to think that we've tackled 95% of them. There could be more, but I'm not aware of them. I'm not purposely holding anything back, I don't think. So we're getting there. So that's where I've been the last couple of days. Asia and I have had some really good talks, and we've spent a lot of time together just enjoying each other's company, just watching TV or playing video games. And it's just been nice being home. Just been nice just being with her. And I ain't not doing anything over the top special, and I still got a drawer full of weed. Like, it ain't over. There's still plenty of time to do more, and I'm just gonna make the best of it. And I'm gonna, not that I'm so much worried about the future. Like, the future's coming, and I'll do what I can to prepare for it, but there's just less pressure, I think. And I'm digging that. I really dig that. So there were times like I'd be listening to something, and Asia would walk in the room, and she would never like visibly huff or go or anything, but you knew she wasn't into it. Now I feel like if I were to have something on in her presence, she'd perk up a bit and go, "Oh, I wonder what this is about," and she would apply the same question marks that I do, and hopefully she'll come to the same conclusions that I did. And if she doesn't, then we'll talk about it. But so far, so good. I think all is well. We really made some progress, and I'm just repeating myself at this point to get this video to be longer. I don't know why. So, like, I'm just like, oh yeah, I want to make sure that I get it all out. Because I do that a lot. I turn the video off and I go, damn it, I forgot to mention this thing. So I want to make sure that I'm getting it all, but there's honestly nothing else. And if there is, I'll do a part 2 or something. But for now, I think I'm good.